I told myself I needed a weekend away to clear my head, a solo trip. But Wednesday was my birthday, and he promised to pick me up early. Imagine my surprise when I got home at 4 p.m. and walked past the liquor-stained guest room only to hear giggles from my bedroom. That's when I saw her. Not a niece. Not a friend. A grown woman, late 20s, straddled over him in our bed. Makeup smeared, someone's t-shirt, and the kind of silence that screams. He froze. His expression wasn't regret. It was surprise. He hadn't expected me to come back early. She jumped up, pulling clothes over herself, eyes wide. He stumbled for words. I didn't let them form. I turned on my phone voice recorder, because in moments like these, evidence speaks louder than screams. If betrayal ever looked this casual, tap like, subscribe, and comment caught to stay for what happens next. I'm about to teach them a lesson they won't forget. I stepped closer. He said, I can explain. I said, start with the truth. Her name was Lisa. He introduced her as his niece, just visiting from college. He repeated it so many times, even looked like he believed it. Then I showed him my birthday card she dropped earlier, signed, Happy birthday, Auntie Red Heart. Only joking winky face. It wasn't a joke. It was their ruse, and I held every piece of it in my hand. What he didn't know was that I had a camera set up in the hallway just in case. Their stolen moments were now unobserved. My plan had only just begun. The thing about betrayal is, when it's private, it eats you alive. But when you expose it on your terms, it stops hurting and starts unraveling. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I walked out of that bedroom, left them tangled in shame, and sat calmly in the kitchen. My hands didn't shake as I pulled up the camera feed from the hallway, footage I'd installed months ago when Greg started working late too often. It caught everything. Lisa, arriving that morning, no suitcase, no student backpack, just a skimpy dress and a bottle of wine. I took 3 clean screenshots. Her entering our house when I was supposed to be away, him pulling her into a hug by the fridge, both of them heading upstairs at noon. I composed a single message. Since Greg wanted to play family, here's his niece. Thought everyone should meet her. Then I dropped the photos into our family group chat. Greg's sisters, his parents, our church couple friends, even his boss's wife, who happens to be my old classmate. The reaction came in waves. The typing bubbles never stopped. His mom replied first. You mean that Lisa? Greg told us she was your niece, his oldest sister. I feel sick. He swore he was finally stable. His boss's wife sent a private message. I always knew he was a creep. I'm so sorry. If you want to talk. By midnight, the group chat had combusted. Greg texted me 22 times. Called 11. He begged me to take it down. Said he could fix this. But I just replied with one message. You introduced her as family. So now, she is. And then I blocked him. Greg always loved appearances. Every Saturday, he trimmed the hedges in his Nike gear. Every Sunday, he posted about honoring the sanctity of marriage on Facebook like it was his personal brand. But that brand had mold. After I dropped the photos into the family chat, I could have stopped. But Greg didn't just cheat on me. He paraded Lisa around our neighborhood like she was kin. He waved to neighbors with his hand on her back. Let her water our plants while he smiled like a sitcom dad. So I gave the neighborhood the full story. Our HOA has a private Facebook group, a tidy little hub for lost cats, lawn complaints, and the occasional fundraiser. I had never posted. Until now. I wrote an open letter. Loudspeaker post title. To anyone who met Greg's niece this month, hi neighbors, some of you may have met the young woman staying at our house lately, Lisa. She was introduced as Greg's niece from out of town. You may have seen them on walks. You may have waved. You may have wondered why she never stayed in the guest room. She's not his niece. She's not family. She's the reason our marriage is ending. While I was away last week, Greg invited her in and brought her to our bed. I came home early and caught them. Everything else is now with my attorney. I'm sharing this not to invite drama, but because some of you have children who spent time near home. And I believe in honesty, especially when others try to build trust on lies. Thank you for reading. Cassandra Grant. I didn't attach photos this time. I didn't need to. The comments came in like thunder. Wait, was that her with him at the HOA barbecue? We were told she was in high school. Oh my God. Sending you strength, Cassandra. Thank you for speaking up. I logged out, turned my phone off, and poured myself a glass of wine. Because I knew Greg would see it. And when he did, he'd learn the same truth I had the day I walked in. Reputation is fragile. And betrayal spreads faster than forgiveness. Greg didn't move out. He fled. After the HOA post, the calls stopped. The neighbors stopped waving. And the church newsletter, where he once penned devotionals, cut his column entirely. Still, he tried to reach out. Emails, voicemails, even a handwritten letter, all begging the same thing. Can we talk privately? You've made your point. Let's be civil. I'll leave Lisa. I'll fix this. But he didn't want to fix us. He wanted to fix his image. Too late for that. While he panicked, I made calls of my own. Remember that apartment we leased last fall for Greg's remote work studio? The one he used twice before I noticed he started taking client calls from hotel rooms instead? Yeah, that apartment. It was still in both our names. So I contacted the property manager, explained the situation, and legally transferred full occupancy and billing to Lisa, with Greg's previously signed consent, conveniently prepared for studio subletting. She was now responsible for rent, utilities, maintenance, lease term fees, everything. I added her name to the mailbox, and I made sure to leave her a welcome gift. The wine glass she left on our nightstand, a framed screenshot of the group chat photo, and a handwritten note. You wanted to play house. Now pay for one. They moved in that weekend. Two shamed lovers, hiding behind blackout curtains in a leased cage of their own making. I moved out of mine. I sold the bed, redecorated the entire master suite, and for the first time in years, I stopped leaving lights on for someone who only came home to lie. It happened on a Sunday afternoon. Peaceful, warm, almost boring. I was folding laundry when my phone lit up with a number I didn't recognize. The voicemail that followed, though, it was unmistakably her. Lisa, the niece, the bed stealer, the woman who once wore my robe like a trophy. She was crying, stammering, the kind of tears that aren't about pain but about loss. Cassandra, I didn't know he was still with you. He said you were separated. He told me you knew. He said you didn't care anymore. He left me this morning. He took his stuff and blocked me. And now the landlord says the bills are mine. I thought we were in this together. I thought, click. That's where it ended. She never asked for forgiveness. She didn't apologize. She just broke, too late. I didn't call back. I didn't reply. I let it ring every time she tried again. Because Lisa wasn't calling to make things right. She was calling because consequences finally showed up without a mask. I did nothing. And that was the most powerful move I'd made.
Greg?
I heard he's sleeping in his car between contracting gigs.
No niece.
No wife.
No sanctuary. Me?
I started teaching again at the local community college, relationship ethics, of all things. The irony isn't lost on me, but I walk with my head high, not because I got revenge, but because I never had to beg for justice. The truth did the work. Comment. She didn't pick up. Because karma already answered. If you believe the best revenge is peace, like, share, and subscribe for more real-life betrayals turned brilliant revenge.